Hey Raiders fans, today we're diving deep into everything happening with the Las Vegas Raiders. And trust me, there's a lot to unpack. From the young core making a name for themselves to some intriguing matchups on the horizon, the excitement is real. Let's start with the young talent coming off their rookie contracts because that's where the foundation of this team is being built. Brock Bowers is, without a doubt, one of the most exciting tight ends in the entire league, and there's a very strong case that he could be considered the best in the game right now. The way he can line up as a receiver, run routes, and impact the game in multiple ways makes him a rare talent. He's already showing the kind of versatility and consistency that organizations dream about when drafting, and the Raiders clearly recognize that value. Alongside him, JPJ has shown flashes of brilliance that make it almost impossible to imagine the team moving on. His contributions are growing week after week, and if he continues to develop at the current pace, he's going to be a central figure for years to come. Dante Thornton Jr. is another name to watch closely. While he's still trending in the right direction, his potential is obvious, and it's clear that the coaching staff sees him as a player who can grow into a major role. Ashton Gentry is in a similar position. Drafted in the first round, the team made a significant investment in him, signaling that he is expected to become a cornerstone for the offense. If Gentry can continue to refine his skills and stay healthy, he could very well become a dominant running back in the league. Of course, not every young player is guaranteed to make the next leap. Darren Porter is still a question mark, and the team will need to see what Dylan Pum can contribute over the course of the season. The Raiders are in a unique position, carrying talent from multiple regimes, which means there's a mix of different coaching philosophies and systems influencing these young players. That can be both a challenge and an opportunity, depending on how the coaching staff integrates the team. What's clear is that this group of young players has the potential to be the future of the franchise, and fans should be optimistic about the contracts and extensions that are likely coming in the near term. But for now, Bowers and JPJ stand out as the most secure bets for the team's next wave of cornerstone players. Now, when we shift to positional needs, there's been a lot of discussion about replacing Amari Cooper, who left a significant mark on this offense. The Raiders need to balance their priorities, focusing not only on wide receiver, but also on the offensive line, cornerback, and safety. The offensive line has always been a critical point for the team, and while there's confidence in the young players stepping up, the front office knows that reinforcing the line can have a ripple effect across the offense. A solid offensive line allows the quarterback to operate with confidence, opens up the running game, and gives receivers the time they need to make plays. At the same time, the secondary is another area that cannot be ignored. Cornerback and safety depth are essential in today's NFL, where passing offenses are faster and more explosive than ever. If the Raiders can add key pieces in these positions, it would significantly strengthen the defense and provide more flexibility for the coaching staff to implement creative schemes. One of the players generating a lot of buzz is Brock Bowers, particularly regarding his availability and impact on game day. Despite some recent injury concerns, reports suggest he is expected to play in the upcoming Monday Night Football matchup against the Chargers. Even if he's not at 100%, his presence is a major advantage for this team. Bowers leads all tight ends in receiving yards, and his ability to contribute regardless of his condition underscores just how critical he is to the Raiders' offense. In his absence, players like Michael Mayer and Jacoby Myers will need to step up, but having Bowers on the field ensures that the offense remains dynamic and difficult for defenses to anticipate. With his size, skill set, and versatility, Bowers can create mismatches that keep defensive coordinators on edge. Even if the weather or field conditions are less than ideal, his ability to find openings and make plays is undeniable. Ashton Gentry is also a key part of the discussion when it comes to offensive production. While some might argue that Josh Jacobs could have a better statistical year due to the opposition, the talent comparison is interesting. Gentry has shown flashes of exceptional ability, and while he may not top the stat sheets in every game, his potential to influence outcomes is immense. He has the speed, vision, and agility to change the dynamic of a game with a single play. When integrated effectively into the offensive scheme, Gentry can become the focal point of the run game, while also posing a threat in open space, which forces defenses to account for him on every play. The combination of Bowers and Gentry provides the Raiders with a unique offensive arsenal that blends power, precision, and versatility in a way that few teams can match. Looking ahead to matchups, there are plenty of intriguing storylines. The offensive line's performance against the Chargers will be critical. The defensive front of the Chargers is significantly different from what the Raiders faced in their previous games, and it will take peak execution to create lanes for the running game and protect the quarterback. The Raiders' young players will be under the spotlight, and their ability to execute under pressure will be tested in a high-stakes environment. Momentum can shift quickly in these games, and the ability of players to adapt and respond to in-game challenges will be a major factor in the outcome. The coaching staff's preparation and adjustments will also play a huge role in determining how well the team performs against a top-tier opponent. On the defensive side, the secondary is a major point of focus. If Christian Gonzalez is at full strength, the Patriots' secondary could be stronger, but given the current circumstances, the Chargers have an edge in the back end. Matchups involving receivers like Keenan Allen and key cornerbacks will be critical. The Raiders will need to find ways to neutralize primary threats while creating opportunities for turnovers or defensive stops. Strategic use of motion, coverage schemes, and player assignments could determine the success of the defensive game plan. Players like Dante Thornton and Trey Tucker may have specific roles designed to exploit speed mismatches and create advantageous situations. It's a chess match, and the Raiders have pieces capable of executing complex strategies to keep the Chargers on their heels. Motivation and mindset are also key factors. Max has consistently shown he brings intensity to every game, and when performing in front of a home crowd filled predominantly with Raiders fans, that energy multiplies. The atmosphere on Monday Night Football can provide an additional boost, giving the team a tangible advantage. Players feeding off the crowd's energy can elevate performance levels and create momentum swings that influence the course of a game. The team's mental toughness and focus will be just as important as physical execution in high-pressure situations, and the Raiders appear ready to embrace that challenge. Meanwhile, fan engagement remains a central part of the Raiders' culture. From shout-outs to supporters to celebrating birthdays and milestones, there's a strong connection between the team and its fan base. That engagement creates a sense of community and amplifies the excitement surrounding each game. Raiders fans are deeply invested in both the present and the future of this team, and the players clearly recognize the significance of that support. It adds an extra layer of accountability and motivation, especially for young players looking to cement their roles and make a lasting impression. Looking at the big picture, the Raiders have an abundance of talent to showcase. The combination of emerging young stars, established veterans, and strategic acquisitions creates a team that is versatile and competitive. With Brock Bowers leading the way as a dynamic tight end, Ashton Gentry providing explosive plays from the backfield, and a defensive unit capable of adjusting to challenging matchups, the Raiders have multiple avenues to achieve success. Key games in the early part of the season will be pivotal in setting the tone for the remainder of the year. Every player's contribution counts, and the team must maximize opportunities on both sides of the ball. The ability to adapt, make the right reads, and execute under pressure will determine the Raiders' trajectory. As we move further into the season, the focus shifts not only to individual performances, but also to how the team functions as a cohesive unit. The Raiders have a unique mix of youth and experience, and the challenge lies in harmonizing these different eras and play styles into a fluid system that can compete at the highest level. Every matchup from this point forward will be a test of chemistry, preparation, and adaptability. The offensive line, for instance, has shown glimpses of improvement, but consistency remains the key. Against a formidable Chargers defensive front, the Raiders will need to protect the quarterback while opening running lanes that allow Gentry and Jacobs to make plays. Every gap, every assignment, and every snap will matter because at this stage, small mistakes can swing games in either direction. The coaching staff has been emphasizing fundamentals, communication, and preparation, but the players' ability to execute under pressure will ultimately define the outcomes. Defensively, the Raiders have been working to tighten up coverage and improve communication within the secondary. Matchups against elite receivers, particularly players like Keenan Allen, require precise positioning, quick adjustments, and anticipation. Dante Thornton Jr. and Trey Tucker are expected to play significant roles in limiting the impact of these receivers, and the defensive scheme will likely include a mix of man-to-man coverage, zone assignments, and strategic blitzes to create pressure on the quarterback. These moves are not just about stopping plays. They're about shaping the game, dictating tempo, and forcing opponents to make uncomfortable decisions. The coaching staff is acutely aware that the success of the defense will hinge on attention to detail, discipline, and the ability of each player to understand their role in complex situations. One of the narratives to watch this week is the ongoing development of Brock Bowers and Ashton Gentry. Bowers, with his exceptional combination of size, agility, and route-running ability, has become a central figure in the Raiders' offensive identity. Even when he isn't fully healthy, his presence demands attention from defenses, opening up opportunities for other players. Gentry, on the other hand, continues to refine his running game and pass-catching skills. While he may not lead the league in total yards in every matchup, his potential to impact games in critical moments is enormous. The Raiders are building a balanced attack where Bowers can create mismatches in the middle of the field, Gentry can exploit open lanes, and the receivers in tight ends provide depth and versatility. This combination creates an offense that is difficult to predict and even harder to defend. Quarterback play is another element that will define the Raiders' success. Geno Smith has shown poise, accuracy, and the ability to make quick decisions under pressure. His leadership on and off the field sets the tone for the team, and his ability to adapt to different defensive schemes will be tested against elite competition like the Chargers. Reading coverages, adjusting protection calls, and timing throws accurately are all critical skills, and Geno has demonstrated that he can execute at a high level. Complementing him are emerging talents like Thornton and Gentry, who provide dynamic options and force defenses to respect multiple threats simultaneously. The synergy between the quarterback and his supporting cast is vital, and the Raiders are working hard to ensure that chemistry continues to grow. Looking beyond individual matchups, the Raiders' overall strategy is evolving. The coaching staff is increasingly focused on versatility, exploiting favorable matchups, and maintaining balance between the run and pass game. Each play is designed not just to gain yards, but to set up future opportunities, keep the defense off balance, and create momentum. Adjustments will be made in real time, based on what the opposing team presents, and the ability to react quickly to in-game developments will be crucial. Players must be ready to execute complex schemes while maintaining situational awareness, and this level of preparation is what separates good teams from elite ones. Before we continue, don't forget to subscribe to our channel and give this video a like. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on our Las Vegas Raiders. And don't be shy. Drop your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Las Vegas is buzzing with excitement, and for good reason. Rumors have been circulating all week, but the latest whisper might just be the loudest yet. Derrick Henry, the NFL powerhouse running back, is reportedly heading to the Raiders. While nothing has been officially confirmed, sources close to the organization hint that talks have been progressing rapidly, leaving fans in Sin City dreaming of a dominant backfield that could redefine the team's offense. The mere mention of Henry in silver and black colors sent social media into overdrive. Raiders fans are already envisioning a ground-and-pound style attack reminiscent of the Titans' glory days, with Henry bulldozing through defenses at Allegiant Stadium. Street corners, sports bars, and online forums are flooded with speculation about how his arrival could change the dynamics of the AFC West. Could this be the move that finally positions the Raiders as legitimate Super Bowl contenders? That's the question on everyone's lips. Insiders suggest that the potential deal is more than just a short-term fix. Derrick Henry, known for his punishing running style and relentless work ethic, could be exactly the kind of superstar the Raiders have been chasing for years. Coaches, teammates, and even rival franchises are reportedly keeping a close eye on the situation, knowing that if this trade or signing comes through, the league landscape could shift dramatically. The hype is palpable. Season ticket holders are renewing en masse. Merchandise sales are reportedly spiking, and local bars are already planning viewing parties that might rival any championship celebration. Analysts are debating how the Raiders' offensive schemes could adapt, whether the team will surround Henry with a stronger offensive line, and how the quarterback play might change to maximize his talent. For now, it's all speculation, but the buzz alone is enough to electrify Las Vegas. Whether this rumor turns into reality or fizzles out, one thing is clear. The idea of Derrick Henry in silver and black has captured the imagination of fans everywhere. Raiders Nation is holding its breath, hoping that the city's most talked-about transfer this season isn't just another fantasy, but the start of a new, thrilling era in Las Vegas football. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to stay updated with exclusive news about our Las Vegas Raiders, be sure to subscribe to our channel and hit that like button. We can't wait to hear your thoughts in the comments. See you in the next video.